Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. A long time no video, I know. I'm hoping to get back into filming more videos now that I am wrapping up my research project and dissertation. So today I am participating in the Costumes on Parade YouTube and Instagram hop. Just a bit of fun for Halloween. So I have decided to scrap these photos of my son at Halloween last year. He dressed up as a little skeleton, very cute. He did have a mask as well, but he really didn't like wearing that, so we just went with the costume. And you can see on my background paper there, I have added some hand stitching. So this is a paper from the Simple Stories. I think it's called Happy Haunting collection that came out last year. I have not bought a new Halloween collection this year. I actually didn't see any be released. I haven't been on social media much, so yeah, I didn't see any come out. And by the time I realized that Halloween scrapping was coming up, it was too late to order anything. And craft shops near me aren't the best in-person ones, so I just went with what I already had in my stash. So that paper was already with all the stripes on the background that was printed on the paper, so I pulled that out. I added hand stitching along each of those stripes in the corresponding color, which I'm really pleased with how that turned out. And now I am just popping my photos down on this black and white pattern paper that I have just enough left to make a photo mat with, and I am trimming off the excess. Now those photos I've used are 4x6 photos, so they were quite large. I trimmed quite a bit off one side of each there to make it kind of like one large photo. Still takes up quite a lot of space on the page, which I'm okay with because I still don't have a whole lot of spare time at the moment. I am wrapping up my research, but I still have a lot to do, so I am trying not to spend too many hours and hours on each layout when I get a chance to craft. So I'm just popping on some foam here behind my photo because that hand stitching is quite dimensional, and I skipped out the parts behind my photo to save me some time in hand stitching. So that foam is just going to help raise up everything to the right level. And now I'm going through the sticker sheet, and I do use up quite a few of these stickers, which I'm really happy about. I'm going to use this Boo as my title, and I'm just going to kind of stagger the letters so it doesn't look too boring, I suppose. And now I'm pulling out the chipboard. I have made 2 Halloween layouts at the time I am recording this voiceover, and I've nearly used up all the chipboard, so I'm really pleased about that. I'm going to use that cute little spider web up in the corner there. It was just a really good place to put it, and I've been trying to use that. It's such a cute little spider web ever since I got the collection, but I haven't found the right space, so I really love how that looks. I'm just going to layer up that little tombstone with a sticker ghost, and that little 31 is out of the journal ephemera pack. You can't see it, I've just dumped it out at the top of my layout there. You can see I'm flipping through all those bits of journaling ephemera. I'll tuck that little chills and thrills, I think it says, under there. I like how that rounds out that cluster. I'm just trying to find something else to pop down in this kind of title cluster I've got going on. I like that Something Wicked, so I popped that at the top there. I've got a little space. And I did like that Ghosts and Ghouls, but it's the same font as that Something Wicked, so I wanted to switch the font up a little bit. So I find this Jeepers Creepers in a typeface font, which I really quite like. Just playing around with getting everything situated how I want it. And then back onto the sticker sheet. I think here's where I am. Yeah, I'm going to tuck in this little costumes tiny word because it was his costume. And this whole hop is kind of themed around costumes. So I thought that was appropriate. I put this little too cute to spook because it's true. I mean, he's trying to pull a scary face on the left there. It's just so funny. Okay. I'll pull out off the 2 last little candy bonbons that are on the sticker sheet. I'm putting that one at the top for the moment, but I will actually move that in a little bit. Just deciding what to do here, and this is where I've decided to pull in some of the bats. So you can't see it, but on the sticker sheet there is a border strip that is a strip of bats, and pretty much all I've done with that whole strip is cut off the individual bats and use them individually. So there you can see I've moved that bonbon to the bottom and I've added a few more bats in, and I think that's all I've done off camera. My camera just cut out. I'm going to tuck in this little tabby thing just to I add a little something extra to that top cluster. It was looking a little bit sad. I do try to tuck something in on the side here, but I think that's just extending out that title cluster a bit too much, so I decide against putting anything there. Now going through adding another bat, you can see I'm just trimming the kind of chopped off bits there. I'm just going to stick that on top of my photo and then rearrange these slightly. And now I will start to adhere. So peeling off the back of that chipboard and sticking that down. So I'm not going to stick anything down to the background page. Excuse my head there. I'm just sticking the things to my center cluster, my big photo cluster. So all the things that are overlapping on my photo, I will stick to the photo and, you know, the photo mat so that I can move the whole thing in one piece because I want to do some splatters and I want to do black splatters. So I really don't want to get black on my photo or on any of those white elements that I have around my photo. So I'm going to move my little ghosty, those little tabs and bits and pieces. I will leave the bats and the bonbons because I'm not too worried about them getting splatters on them, but everything else I have moved. So now I'm coming in with my Liquitex acrylic ink in Carbon Black. I picked this up recently to save me time having to water down black acrylic paint. I really like it. It's really nice and opaque. It is still an ink though, so it can bleed a little bit. So you might see in the close-ups it has bled in a couple of places where you don't really get that with watered down acrylic paint because it's more viscous, so it doesn't tend to soak into the paper. But yeah, the convenience factor for me is worth it. And it definitely doesn't bleed as badly as something like a mist. So I'm just splattering that all the way around my clusters. And now I'm coming in with some more intentional droplets. So I was just trying to get some kind of bigger droplets that I wasn't able to get with that small paintbrush doing splatters. And the good thing about Halloween layouts is splatters, they can be messy and, you know, all over the place for these kind of layouts. They're meant to look a little bit grungy and a bit messy. So if you struggle with making nice neat splatters, then Halloween is a good time to have a go. Now I'm just adding some ATG to my foam and I'll add a little bit of wet glue as well. And then my camera cuts out again, which is really rude, but here you go. Skip 2. That is all finished, all glued down. I am really happy with it. It was really quite simple. Aside from the hand stitching, it didn't take me long at all. Please make sure you check out all the other people participating in the hop. I will have them listed in the description box below. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye guys.